My name's Michael Street and I'm a psychologist and I'm at Life Resolutions in Carlton. People often ask, why should I choose you? And it's a question I have a bit of trouble with, but I suppose the things that I personally offer is that I'm old. It's great being in a profession where being old is an advantage, and I've had a lot of life experiences, and I think that makes a huge difference. When I was much younger, I didn't think that age and experience was all that important. I thought the technique was important. I think the technique's still very important, but being able to listen to people from an informed perspective makes a huge amount of difference. As a parent, I feel quite differently towards people complaining about children than I did before I was a parent. Similarly, with disappointments in love and marriage and that sort of stuff, having been through that myself, been through extraordinary financial difficulties, I suppose I could also mention having grown up in the middle of last century in a country town and always wanted to get to the city and be a city slick like my dad had been. Having been in the Navy in the Vietnam era, I've worked as a construction labourer. That breadth of experience, you know, often at the time it didn't feel like it was going to be handy. Although my first supervisor did say to me that all that experience will be handy. Because I did my degree quite late. I was in my late 30s when I actually started my formal education. So having that capacity to have an informed picture of what's going on with the other person over a wide range probably makes me pretty handy. The other thing I want to emphasise is that most therapists and counsellors and psychologists and social workers and people that do this sort of work are women. And being a bloke gives me quite a different perspective on it. So whilst I treat, it seems like equal numbers of men and women, I do find that men particularly like to be able to speak to a man. Given that psychotherapy is a very feminine domain, you know, it's like talk about your feelings and own up to feeling ashamed and inadequate, which us boys are taught not to do. So being able to talk to another man, and I am a bit blokey, blokes find that particularly handy in putting them at ease. It's also an advantage in couples counselling too, where I can actually translate to the bloke what she's been trying to say to him for years. Often women will be in tears when I say to the bloke, she's trying to say, listen mate, it's no good you trying to be so stoic all the time. I know that you want to be and you think it's the way you're supposed to be, but what she wants is a bit of protection, not a bit of chest beating. And we both look at the woman, she's got tears in her eyes. And so being able to do that blokey sort of stuff is really handy. Like I say, originally it didn't seem like it was all that handy, but experience tells me that now it's just great. So Life Resolutions Carlton, we've seen a lot of people over a long period of time. And our specialty really is being able to tailor sessions to suit the individual. So give us a call anytime on 9348 3142, or you can simply Google Life Resolutions Carlton, and I look forward to speaking to you sometime soon. Thanks for listening.